Shipwreck Beads. Beads are cool, beads are fun. Explore the treasures, discover Shipwreck Beads.
Hi, I'm Carol with Shipwreck Beads, and I'm here to show you how to make a wrapped loop. Wrapped loops don't have to be used in jewelry making if you've made a simple loop before, you know how that's done. The reason for a wrapped loop, though, would be more security and perhaps a little bit of style. You would start with a length of wire. In this case, I've got 22 gauge wire. Remove that from the spool. Then we're going to take our round nose pliers, and there's no exact rule on how far down the wire, but you want to make sure you give yourself enough to wrap the loop, and you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as I demonstrate. So you turn the wire at an angle, bring the short end up and over, reinsert your pliers, and you have a loop. Grab that loop with your flat nose pliers, and then you can either use your fingers or you can use another pliers to wrap that around the main wire here. Trim it flush, cover it up the wire, you don't want it flying in your eyes. And then if you need to clean it up a little bit, there's an edge, you can just take your pliers and work that on there. Then you can add a bead or two. Like so. And then to make the other loop, this case you want to give yourself a 1/4 of an inch from the top of the bead because you want to leave enough wire that you actually have something to wrap around. So again, you would turn your angle, take your round nose pliers, bring that wire up over the top, reinsert, and back around. Use your flat pliers to hold on to that loop, and then wrap with your other hand. Trim that off. And of course, if it needs to be straightened up a little bit, you can kind of clean it up and make it look more attractive. Now in this case, this could be used as a component. I've started a bracelet or a piece of necklace here where you can see that I've used them together. The main thing is if you're going to be using it as a component and you're going to attach this together, you would definitely want to add that loop inside this loop before you actually do wrap your wire around it. Another way to use it is with earrings. It's kind of nice to have that little extra security, especially if it's a very special bead or somewhat expensive. And in this case, I've got a couple different kind of head pins. This one has a decorative ball on it. This one has a rhinestone on it. You want to pay attention to the gauge of the wire when you're using head pins. You don't want to use a very heavy gauge wire because it makes it very difficult to wrap the loop. So you would just place your selected beads on your head pin, like we did before. And again, leaving about a 1/4 of an inch, you want to turn your angle. Bring your wire up and over. And in this case, I am going to use my chain nose pliers because this is a very short piece of wire. Bring it around, and then wrap around the base wire. We then trim that off. And then at this point you could add it to the earring finding of your choice. I have one here, just a simple silver earring finding. Open your loop on your finding from side to side. You don't want to open it from front to back. That will weaken it and it could break. Slide on your earring component, and there you go. All you need is another one and you have a match set. Thanks for joining me.